Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a bit of a life update type video. Get ready with me. I might not mention every single product I am putting on my face, but everything will be listed and linked down below in the description box. I will talk about a couple of new products though that I do want to try because I have them around. I haven't tried them, so I might as well. As you can see, I already did my brows off camera, so I'm going to start with moisturizer and whatnot, and I want to tell you about life lately. First of all, my daughter is turning 1 on Friday, which is crazy. I feel like I had her yesterday. I don't know how time went by so fast. I don't know where my little baby went. She walks and she has opinions and she has taste for certain things like specific music. It is wild, okay? It is wild how kids transform in a year. With that said, the last week has been pretty tough because she is refusing her naps. She was doing 2 naps a day. For the past several months, she's been doing 2 naps a day, and now she is refusing kind of both. It's been, I think, over a week since she slept her second nap, which means for those of you who don't have kids, because I know that I would not have known this unless I was a mother now, what that means is from around 4:30 in the afternoon on, she's an absolute menace. She is hard to be around. She is whiny and screaming because she is a little bit sleep deprived, but then you try to make her sleep and she does not want to comply. I'm going to be using the Givenchy foundation today. It's a phase. All kids go through it. They call it sleep regressions. She's already had several ones of those throughout the months, but I would say it's a pretty tough time of adaptation for both the kid and the mother or caregiver for the kid, because like I said, they get so whiny and so annoying and hard to be around. Yesterday we went on 2 long walks because she was just whining about everything inside the house. So I was just like, let's get her out. Let's go on a walk. Let's talk about the trees and the birds and the whatevers, right? The first one went actually really well. The second one was in the late afternoon, so she was already in a mood. And when I tell you guys, my husband went with me for the second one, and I ended up walking the stroller most of the time because he had to carry her for like 75% of the walk, and even then she was whining. Listen, I'm not here to whine or complain. I would not have it any other way. I don't enjoy the whining and screaming, but I enjoy spending lots of time with her, which is what I've been doing lately. I'm saying all that to say that if you guys have been seeing a little bit less of me over here lately, that is a big reason why. Because my mother-in-law, who helps me tremendously around the house and with her, was the one that was doing the naps so that I could edit or film or whatever. And since she's been refusing napping, I've had to kind of step in and try and make her nap, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. But then that takes me away from here. It takes me away from filming. She's definitely not fully transitioned to 1 nap a day yet because she is very fuzzy without her second nap. We're trying to figure out a new schedule that will work for us. Right now we're kind of taking it day by day. I'm beyond grateful that I get to work from home and that I get to be here for her all day long. However, it does present its own challenges because I'm here and I hear her and I know she's not napping, so I want to step in and I want to like help her, and I want to, you know, I just want a mommy here. I just want to do what I'm supposed to do. And like I said, I do enjoy spending lots and lots of time with her, so it's not like a burden. But then it's worrisome because I'm not getting any work done, and I definitely need to get work done if I want to pay my bills. So like I said, this past week has been a little challenging. Right now it's like 10:30 to 11 in the morning and she woke up really early today. So she's already in her first nap, which is the one that we usually can get her to do. Hopefully today we can get her to do a second one, we'll see. So I'm taking advantage of my time to film. As far as Evelyn's birthday is concerned, we're not big like party throwers or party people in general. So what we decided to do a few months ago was that for her birthday, we are doing a short little trip to the beach. And so that's coming up this Friday. We leave to Florida on her birthday, which is Friday, and we'll be away for like 3 days. This is only going to be my second time since she's been born that I leave with her for a few days. The first time was when we went to like my dad's house in Florida back in January, and thankfully the more they grow the less they need. But I'm already making a mental inventory of everything I need to take with me. I'll probably start packing any day now because I definitely don't want to forget anything. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. Besides that, I wanted to ask you guys if you are into reading and what type of genre you usually like to read. I am the biggest Harry Potter fan, you guys know that, and so I usually really love to read fantasy series. Before Evelyn was born, I spent like over a year because I was pregnant and so very sleepy, plus George R.R. Martin's way of writing is kind of on the boring side to me personally. Anyways, I spent over a year reading the Game of Thrones series, which I believe is like 5 different books, and I finished it shortly after Evelyn was born, and from then till the date I've read probably around 20 to 25 different, for the most part, fantasy books. I read the whole Avatar series, Fourth Wing of course, I read The Knight and the Serpent King, I read Nightingale, which is not a fantasy series, it's fiction, and it's a book that absolutely destroyed me. It scarred me, and I still think about it every day. I read it like 8 months ago at this point. I think about it every day. So if you have not read The Nightingale, I highly recommend it. Currently I'm reading Mistborn, which is a Brandon Sanderson book, and he's very popular amongst fantasy readers. I gotta say, it took me a little bit to get into it. I was like 35% in and I was like, what am I even reading? Not that I didn't understand that, but that, I don't know, everybody says that his magic system is the best and I don't like it. If you guys have read Mistborn or maybe any other Brandon Sanderson books, I don't know if all of them have the same magic system. The burning metals thing, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm like 70% into Mistborn right now, and so I'm much more used to it and much more into it than I was when I was like 35% into the book, but it is weird. But it's very different from everything else I've read, the allomancy thing. And it definitely took me a while to get into it, and I'm still not sure if I love it. I'm really hoping at least a few of you know what I'm talking about, and you let me know down below what you think of the Mistborn trilogy, because I saw somewhere that you can read it as a single book or you can read it as a trilogy, and right now I'm leaning more towards single book. I don't know if I want to keep reading after I'm finished. Maybe I will, we'll see if it has an interesting enough ending, but my point is, it was very hard to get into it. For me personally. The new product that I want to try in today's video that I have yet to try is from Rare Beauty, the Soft Matte Bouncy Blushes. These are that bouncy cream to powder formula she released a few months ago. Here's what the packaging looks like, and I'm thinking I'm going to do one of the first 3, either Hope, Happy, or Worth. Here's what they swatched like. This is Hope, this is Happy, and this is Worth right here. I think I'm actually going to do Hope right here, and I'm going to use the Rare Beauty blush brush and just stipple it on just like so. Now that I'm showing you my texture right here, let me tell you about something I bought that I want to test out, and if I like it, I'll definitely let you guys know in the future. I bought a water filter for my sink, which is where I wash my face, and I'm going to make it a point not to wash my face in the shower because I don't have a shower filter, and I want to see if it really makes a true improvement in my skin, because ever since I moved to Georgia, which was now like 12 years ago, okay, my skin got drier, which I think is definitely a factor of the climate, but I also got rosacea, which I never had back in Florida, and more texture on my skin because of the rosacea, and I feel like maybe water quality might have had something to do with that, because I remember before I was used to it that when I first moved to Georgia, I would open the faucet and I could smell the chlorine. I think my nose is used to it now. I don't smell it as much as when I first moved to Georgia, but I think maybe water quality here might be different from Florida, and I think maybe that could have contributed to my rosacea. I mean, there are a lot of other factors that could have contributed to it, but I'm trying to see if a water filter is going to help with the redness and the bumps and the texture as it promises to do. And so I bought one. I'm going to put the brand right here because I can't remember it right now, but Tati was announcing it. They had like a 30% off coupon discount type of deal. I'll link it below for you in case you guys are interested. My point is, I bought it. My husband just installed it for me like a couple of hours ago, and I will make it a point not to wash my face anywhere else but my sink, and hopefully we can see some improvements. I'm gonna mark my calendar and maybe I'll try and see if a month from now I can see a difference. I'm going to use my Sigma Beauty Spectrum palette to create a natural eye look. And then I don't think I'll use these shimmers because there are other shimmers I want to use instead. But for the crease of my eye, I'm going to use Papyrus here. I think Papyrus is definitely one of my favorite mattes from this eyeshadow palette. It's so good. I really like that it doesn't have much depth, but it does have the prettiest hint of pink to it in the most natural way. I like it. See how pretty that is? I'm going to mix double espresso and macchiato here and use that mixture to deepen up the outer third of my eyelid and also my crease. I'm also going to take it right underneath my lower lash line to define things down here. Here are those eyeshadows fully blended, and I'm going to use one of the Toy Story and ColourPop collaboration eyeshadows for the eyelid. Is this the one I wanted? Yeah. It's the Ham It Up gel eyeshadow, and I'm just going to distribute it across my eyelid. That might be too much product. Hold on. Same thing. And I'm just going to make sure I define my eyelid with it a bit. I don't know if I love these gel eyeshadows from ColourPop. It's kind of hard to get them to look even. This one looks so much more shiny than this side. And with my blending brush that I use for the matte shades back here, I'm going to tap over the edge of the shimmer so that we have a smooth transition between the matte and the shimmer gel color. And so I'm just going to tap this back edge, just like so. I'm going to use my Little Danessa Myricks palette and just add an inner corner shade to the eye look. And let's do a brown waterline eyeliner. Totally forgot about translucent powder, so I'm going to do that now. I'm back with mascara on, and I was just applying a little bit more of the Danessa Myricks eyeshadow right on my eyelids for a bit of extra sparkle. I wasn't fully content with just the ColourPop gel, and this is just adding that extra oomph that I need. Also, I ran out of Q-tips, so I don't have anything to clean my mascara as much with. I'm trying to get it off with a dry brush. I feel like that worked. And so all I have left to do is lips, and Laura Mercier expanded their lipstick shade range. I got all of their new nice mauvey, pinky, lighter shades. There's some others. There's a few different reds in there, but a lot of light pinky, cool tone type shades. And I am going to try at least a few of these. I love these lipsticks from Laura Mercier. Not only do they have a spectacular formula, but the packaging is luxurious to say the least. It's magnetic, it's heavy, it's just fancy, it's beautiful. This color is called Park Avenue, and it's a creamy pinky shade. Good match for the eyeshadow. It reminds me of a MAC lipstick from back in the day, but unless I were to do a lip liner, I would not wear that lipstick on its own like that. I'm going to try a different color. This one is $191 and it's called Avenue Montaigne, and it's a darker mauvey shade. Oh yeah, much better. That is gorgeous. Take a look right there. I like that lipstick color a lot, so I'm just going to leave it on. And so here is the full face makeup look today. Thank you guys so much for caring about a life update enough to watch this video. I just wanted to make you aware of what's going on with my life. I got a question the other day about why I was uploading less videos, and trust me, my love for beauty and makeup and reviewing products and showing you eyeshadow looks or makeup looks in general is definitely always there. However, my baby's only going to be this little once, and I'm trying to be here for her as much as possible. And she's been going through a bit of a challenging phase these last couple of weeks. I hope you guys understand. Please comment down below if you have any tips or tricks. I know that all babies are different. My mom was just telling me that I would be playing with toys and I would just fall asleep on like a playpen I had when I was little. Evelyn would never. Not in a million years, okay? I definitely have to rock her into every nap, and even then she refuses to sleep sometimes. So I know that all babies are different, but if any of you have any tips or tricks, I would definitely appreciate them down in the comment section below. And if you are into reading, especially fantasy, because I do really love fantasy, let me know your best recommendations down in the comment section below. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye!